Hello, I'm Phil with Go Green. Glad to be back again. I was thinking today, have you ever noticed the grass along your driveway, sidewalk, or curb line struggles every summer? It gets thinner, browner, and sometimes it's just slower to recover. The entire cause isn't just a lack of topsoil or hot, dry weather. In many cases, the damage actually starts in the winter. Today, I want to explain how snow removal, ice melt products, and string trimming practices work together to create ugly stress along lawn edges, and why those areas always fail first. We have a Clipper-style snow event coming through this weekend. Depending who I talk to, some people say 12 inches, some people say 20 plus, but I'll believe it when I see it. So storms like this are a perfect opportunity to talk about what really happens after the snow is gone. Most homeowners focus on clearing hard surfaces, driveways, sidewalks, and curb lines. But what is overlooked is where the snow, salt, and meltwater actually end up. When the snow is shoveled or plowed, it doesn't just disappear. It gets pushed to the edges. So those lawn edges become collection zones for everything that's on your hard surface. For example, traditional rock salt, which is sodium chloride, pulls moisture out of the soil system and disrupts the soil's natural balance. But calcium-based products are often safer and are less harsh on hard surfaces and grass areas, but they still change soil chemistry. So when the snow melts, those dissolved salts just don't wash away. In heavy clay soils, like we have predominantly throughout York County, those salts tend to linger and accumulate. Clay soils don't leach like sandy soils. During freeze-thaw cycles, melted snow and dissolved salts are pushed into the soil profile and redistributed rather than removed. By the time spring arrives, those edges already have compromised root zones. The soil holds onto the salts, moisture movement becomes uneven, and roots struggle to hydrate properly. So those stresses may be invisible early in the growing season, but it's already there. Now, let's add another layer to this situation: string trimming. Edges that are trimmed at 90 degrees, which I think looks the best, or edges that aren't trimmed at all, actually improve moisture retention. However, edges trimmed on a 45-degree angle leave the soil exposed and drastically increases dehydration. So when you combine salt-affected soil with aggressive string trimming, you're stacking one stress factor on top of another. This is why edge damage doesn't show up right away. Roots on these edges are weakened by the salt melt products. Those edges can be stressed by poor string trimming habits, and then you have summer heat exposes the problem. So by the time July, August, and September arrive, those edges dry out faster, they thin sooner, and they struggle to recover to fill in, even when the rest of the lawn looks fine. So the snow melt products you influence and the ones that you don't, that are applied by township and municipalities, can add to the damage. This doesn't mean you shouldn't remove snow or use ice melt. It's being aware of how and where it's applied and what the effects can be. Rotating snow pile locations, using less aggressive products, and avoiding excessive snow buildup along turf edges, and being aware of string trimming practices that protects the soil along the edge can make a huge difference over time. So healthy lawns are built by reducing as many stress factors as possible, not just by adding quality fertilizers and soil conditioners. Lawns don't fail randomly. They respond to patterns. Understanding those patterns is how you protect and have a positive influence on your lawn year-round, not just when it looks green. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more seasonal lawn education, and feel free to leave a question in the comments, especially if you notice edge damage and want to understand why and what we can do to help. So for now, thank you. I appreciate you, and just remember, go green.